Bluff is home, but Auckland is where I'm from. I'm a Jaffa. I left 8 years ago, and I tell you what, coming back here is like seeing this place for the very first time, like a visitor. And I tell you what, this place absolutely shines. I'm at Port Fitzroy on beautiful Great Barrier Island. I've got to catch up with a couple of live wires here. Then I'm driving to the other end of the island, meeting some of the locals, going across to Coromandel, driving down there, climbing the pinnacles, and hopefully I'll make it to Whangamata in time for New Year's Eve.
Isolated islands attract interesting people, and they tend to need to be adaptable.
I look after the little library.
Which works how?
Members pay a small annual fee, and they basically look after themselves. We have a combination lock on the building, and they put in a code, they get the key, they let themselves in, they write their own cards out.
So you know who's reading what and who's sick?
I definitely know who's reading what, yes.
Okay.
There is a stereotype perception of Barrier.
I just think everyone comes here and thinks, I wish I could. I think most people are quite jealous of you.
Oh, a lot of people are.
I think everyone would be.
But a lot of people also wouldn't survive the lifestyle.
How hard can it be sitting here? Your library runs itself, you just sit here and chat. I mean, it doesn't look that difficult. Sometimes on islands people get a bit, because it's all concentrated, it seems like personal relationships get more
intense.
Yeah, well, that's fairest thing to say, eh?
Yep, they do. And there are things that I do and things that I say that will not go down well with other people, because I'm very strong-minded and
About what?
opinionated about lots of different things. Dogs on leads, for one. Fire, people being really stupid when it comes to lighting fires, flares on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I think the locals' job is to educate people.
Who are they?
They're locals. That's Ben and Jake.
Trouble, no trouble.
No, no, they're not. They're good boys.
The barrier might be isolated, but some of the locals choose to live even more remotely, and you need a boat to get to them.
You've been in Barrier for what? You got connections here?
I was born here.
Oh, shades. You'll be getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
And they all have a story, but Con Flynn has a few more than most.
Yeah, the family's been here for 150 years, 1860.
Well, they started farming or fishing.
Nah, my great-grandfather was a saw doctor. He came to New Zealand actually as a 4-year-old in 1837. And of course, the pit sawing and everything in the Kiari timber days there. He was almost blind from pit sawing because he had the dust. The local Maoris here cured him. They cured his eyesight, yeah.
What with? Tea tree or?
Some sort of herbs and stuff, yeah.
But there was no instant cure for what was about to happen to Con.
I had a bit of an episode coming up from Napier where I got blown offshore and I was 2 weeks out at sea and they thought that I was gone. And so I estimated it, I was about 400 miles offshore in the end. I was coming from Napier back to the Barrier. I was via Tauranga because I was supposed to be best man at a cousin's wedding. But I didn't make it. Yeah.
They went ahead with the wedding?
They went ahead.
Gee, you would have wrecked the wedding. You wrecked the wedding, did you?
Found somebody else who had the same suit size there with a hired suit.
But they would have felt bad. Oh, well, Con can't be with us because he's...
Yeah. Well, nobody really knew at that stage. I'd been about 4 days overdue then.
Did you think you were gone or you...
Nah, at one stage I thought, oh, yeah, but no, I didn't worry. I thought, well, what happens. So about 13 days, I think, later, I got back into the Barrier. It was the first thing I saw. And by that stage, friends raised $10,000 into the fund.
No.
To go looking for me. 2 aircraft, very humbling experience, yeah. I was unaware of it all, but I did get a transistor going the day before I got in, and I got the news. and I heard this Great Barrier.
What did it say? Great Barrier.
Yachtsman missing, and oh no, and my father was still alive then. And
Were they taking bets, Con? What was it? How'd the book go? Did people think you're gone, or they think you're?
a couple did, yeah.
Did they say that to you afterwards? Oh, we thought you were gone.
Yeah.
And I kinda get the feeling with Con that he would always have enough stories to fit the length of any journey. From boats to tractors, it's all in a day's work for Sven Stellan, who extracts tea tree oil and has lived on this remote part of the barrier since he was 1. When he was a boy, he travelled 5 k's by road and 5 k's by boat to get to school, which must have been harsh in the winter, but Sven is made of stern stuff. His father died when Sven was 19, so he took over the running of the family farm. Farming soon took a back seat to Sven's interest in extracting oil from the Manuka and Kānaka on his property to make balm, soap and the like. Barrier Gold was born. And one of the things about living remotely is you don't have osh breathing down your neck. And I'll tell you what, even working in plastic sandals, this Manuka and Kānaka, trimming or shaving, is much, much harder work than it looks.
Do you see yourself as a Great Barrier person? No. Because, I mean, you're more removed again. I only get here by boat.
I probably am, but other residents like myself who have no road access, we do live in another little world within itself, exactly.
I mean, you must pride yourself on yourself. I mean, just watching you do this, you can do everything on your own.
Well, you have to. That's you.
I can't see you on the social welfare.
You've got to be self-contained within yourself mentally.
Yeah.
It was quite ironic because my father was known as a tea tree farmer.
Was he?
Yeah, well, anyone who had tea tree on the farm in those days was considered a useless farmer. You know, a real farmer burnt your land off and you kept it in grass.
Do you just want to explain to me the process of how it's made?
Water, steam. Steam goes up through plant material, the oil comes off and it's cooled back down and comes out the other end here. Okay. So what we've got here, we've got the pure oil, Kānaka oil, and under it is the water. So what we'll do with that now, we'll take that and we'll put that in the freezer.
Ah, yep.
And we'll freeze it. And effectively what happens, the oil doesn't freeze, but the water does. And then we can drain it off.
So you store it for months before you sell it?
No, I normally don't have time to store it because people are bloody buying it all the time. Pain in the butt, mate.
It's hard work and there's not much money in it. It takes them 2 days to get a litre of oil, worth about $670. Not bad return, I suppose, for a piece of land probably worth more than $30 million.
I've got to say, the bush in Barrier is amazing. There's big kauri, there's everything. Don't know if I've ever appreciated before, too, how volcanic Great Barrier is. It's just a whole lot of collapsed volcanoes. It's really up and down with a black basalt sort of right down the spine of it. One of the stories I like about Barrier as well is the story of the pigeon post. When the Wairarapa, the ship went down in about 1890, a lot of people died, over 100, I think. And there was no way of getting the message back to Auckland, to the Union Steamship Company, that their ship had gone down. So what they decided to do, a world first, they invented a pigeon post. And pigeons would be brought down here from Auckland and released. And each pigeon would carry 5 letters, often just shopping lists or something menial, but also urgent telegrams. And they would go released from here and they'd end up in Newton Road in Auckland. And I think that was the world's first email postal system, the pigeon post, the Great Barrier Pigeon Post. So that's a lovely story. People talk about Great Barrier as one place, and when you've got an island that's probably 80 k's long, it's almost like this between South Auckland and Hamilton, which is not one place. So I think it's a number of different communities that just happen to be on the same island. But I've actually seen very few tourists. So out of the tourist season, you do wonder how the island survives. You know, there's not much going on down here.
And if you do want to find signs of life, then head to Claris for a burger at one of the island's 2 burger bars.
You obviously live here the whole time. Do you dread that those people that come down this summer, are they pretty respectful of the whole place? Are they good people? Yeah, they are?
They are, actually.
Yeah, it's not that us and them, the people that live here and the holiday people, you all mix in pretty well as one?
Yes, I think you've got to be a pretty special person to appreciate the barrier anyway and to holiday or live here, so...
You've got to make some effort to get here, eh? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you've got to be committed to get here.
Yeah, you do.
Were you working before you did burgers?
Yes.
On Barrier?
Yeah.
Because no work.
There is.
Oh, was there? Oh, okay.
There's a work. You just got to want to work.
Oh, okay.
No, we've all got several jobs. You never just do one.
What else do you do?
I work at Westforce Credit Union, which is in Trofina.
Oh,
And I do wedding planning in the summer. I'm a wedding planner as well.
really?
Yeah.
That's townies. That's Auckland people want to get married on Barrier.
Yeah. Well, they're not all from Auckland. A lot of them come from
Oh, you-
Australia or England or
And what do
New
you
Zealand.
offer? You can offer any... You say, do you want a beach? Do you want a forest? Do you want a...
They generally know. There's a few that don't really know what they're coming to, but I tend to enlighten them that we don't have power and, you know.
And it's a growing business here. You're doing
I did
weddings?
17 last summer.
You're tuned to 94.6 Aotearoa FM on sunny Great Barrier Island. Welcome to Levy's Lunch Break, all our Barrier listeners. Hey, thanks, Roger, for putting up the veranda. Nice bit of shade.
We broadcast at the moment from 10 in the morning till 6 at night usually. We've got a bank of solar panels up on the roof there, and we've got a backup generator just in case.
So you do 10 to 6 and it's not pre-recorded shows?
No. No, we've got all these wonderful people that volunteers, they come out and...
So each person does a day?
No, we're 3 days. 3 shifts a day.
Do many people not turn up?
To shows.
Yeah.
It's only 2.5 hours, so,
Well, if you can't do 2.5, but I just thought maybe if the roads were tricky or
Oh,
something.
well, if that happened, we'd come and put a playlist on. They could just
Yeah.
ring somebody and...
Yeah.
And you've got transmitters to get all over the island?
We haven't actually, and that's what we're trying to do at the moment. At the moment, our transmitter's just up the road there, up on a very, very high hill, and it does probably about half the island. But we're trying to get a transmitter up at Port Fitzroy, but we have to fundraise and sort of beg and borrow, and lots of community groups have helped us out.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, isn't it? It's cool for a little place like Barrier, isn't it, Leaves?
OK, don't try this at home, but I'm going to swim from the bottom of Great Barrier to the top of Coromandel, which just quietly is quite ambitious for a non-swimmer.
Oh. This is Fletcher Beach at the very top of the Coromandel Peninsula. Great Barrier Island is just the island behind me, not the small one with a square top, that square top island, but behind there, about 20 k's away, is Great Barrier Island, which is where I've come from. Beautiful drive down the east coast of Coromandel, and look at this gorgeous Pahutakawa. It's just stunning. Far out, Brussels sprout. That is cool. That is a Christmas tree. Michael King, the historian, in his book on the Coromandel, says it's like an island, and the Coromandel is a bit like an island. It's not that different from Great Barrier. Long and thin with beaches and hills. And I think what is just fantastic is you've still got gravel roads in this country. Long may the gravel roads continue. They're enjoyable to drive and they're a good idiot trap. Your idiots in their brand new cars and their brand new boats and their brand new wives won't come up here so much. Keeps it still a bit real up the top end.
Halfway down the Coromandel in Whitianga is something that is completely new to me. Alan Hopping is one of those sorts of guys you meet in my line of work who, not to put too fine a point on it, is obsessed. 20 years ago he bought the Whitianga camping ground. That in itself is not extraordinary, but Alan then decided to turn it into a thermal wonderland. There was no sign of thermal activity, but that didn't worry Alan because he had huge self-belief. 20 years, $7 million, and a broken marriage later, he finally found hot water, and now obsessed and driven Alan owns a thermal wonderland in the middle of ordinary suburban Whitianga. It's like something I've never seen before. It seems more Disneyland than Coromandel. It even has a volcano. The whole thing seems very Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come. And I'm not sure if they have come, but Alan's optimism is impossible to dent.
You're an urban footy, you know, you don't think you're going to come across it. That's the real surprising aspect of it, eh?
It works well with our dream of taking people to a different space and a different place, so it's an element of surprise as they come in off the street. I believe that many adults are saying, surprise me, take me to a different space, even if just for a day.
Well, they're very good hot pools. So the trouble with hot pools is once you're in them, especially if you're on your own, then there's not much to do. If you're on your own, then you can't talk to anyone, or they think you're cracking onto them, or you're lonely. So it's just like, well, here I am in hot pools. It's hot. Ooh.
So what happens now, Alan? Do you sell it? First person comes in with a big offer, is that what happens? Or yeah, another 20 years improving it, or I suppose you're still a bit shell-shocked?
Slightly shell-shocked.
Yeah.
I think I am.
Yeah.
One wonders now what I need for my life, because it's taken a big hunk out of my life. And when I think about that, I think of the others around me that have actually paid a price as well.
Yeah. Do you think you got a bit obsessed?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you too close to Alan, or can you look at what you've created here and actually realise how fantastic it is, or you still just see the faults and see where you want to improve it? Because you'll be a perfectionist, aren't you?
Yes, the volcano is going to burst into life one day soon.
They might even film some of The Hobbit up here the way it's going. It looks that good, eh? The thing I find about the Coromandel is if you drive it, you're just confined to the coast because the roads just go around the edges of it. To get into the real guts of it, you got to get into the bush. And this is a walk I've never done before. I'm climbing the pinnacles, I think 722 metres, and it's a beautiful part of the country, this whole Pinnacles Park. To think it's only really an hour from Auckland, you think it'd be crowded, but it's not, and it's quite exquisite. Okay, I better explain this to you because some of you will find this interesting. This is a Coldie Dam, and there are about 100 of these in the Kauronga Valley behind Thames. This is the second biggest, and the whole point of these was to get the fallen Coldie down to market. So these dams would dam up the river until all the water built up behind it, and suddenly they'd let the dam go, and a huge amount of water would flow down, and the logs would be carried further down the stream to the next dam. And this way they'd go all the way down to the sea at the Firth of Thames, and they'd be tied together and dragged to Auckland to be milled for railway carriages and houses and furniture. And even I think a lot of the houses in San Francisco are made from New Zealand Coldie. Must have been very, very impressive to watch them go, and it must have been incredibly damaging to the other minor trees down the river because everything must have been wiped out when you've got these huge kauri logs going down the stream.
And once you climb to the Pinnacles hut, then it's a great chance to drop your pack and climb a remarkable track to the summit via ladders and steps bolted to the rocks. It's hard work, but not at all dangerous and totally family friendly. And doing it, I'm full of gratitude for some of the walks and great tramps that we have in this country. This Pinnacles has been the real unexpected joy of the series.
Can't believe I've never done it before. One of the great walks. Standing here, I get the whole sense of the Coromandel Peninsula. I can look down to the Firth of Thames and the Hauraki Plains to that side, to the west, and to the east, all the holiday resorts, Whangamata, Tairua, Pawanui, and up the coast. It's amazing. Tonight is New Year's Eve. Tomorrow night's going to be a lot less serene and much rowdier because tomorrow is going to be New Year's Eve at Whangamata Beach.
New Year's is a big night on the Coromandel. Not only is New Year's at Whangamata an institution, but also up the road is the Prana Festival, which itself is rapidly becoming an institution.
General vibe here is one of kindness and warmth and sort of slightly airy-fairy spiritual, but that's not a bad thing. I suppose it's better than a lot of this. And I think people are very, very happy to come here every year and just try new things, try different things. Very nice vibe.
This is what you do, Rhonda.
Have you got anything you would like to leave behind?
Is it something physical or...?
Anything. It can be a feeling, it can be an experience. Pop it in this bag and later I'm going to burn it.
Okay, let me just give me 10 seconds to think what I want to put in there. Yep, I've got it.
Okay, all right. So pop it in the bag here. Okay. Zip it up. And in return, I'll give you a blessing for the new year. May your new year be full of love, insight, compassion, happiness, adventure, and playfulness, Marcus. Happy New Year. Have it lightly.
Thank you.
So while the Prana Festival might have been serene and caring, down the road of Whangamata, things were not quite so spiritual. Oh boy, not good. Drunk, and annoying. Drunk, annoying, and too young. Drunk. Bad covers band, too old for the audience. Drunk, out of it. Drunk. Too old to be dancing, too old for a light stick. Drunk and in trouble, big trouble. Drunk. Certainly drunk. Drunk or on glue? Drunk.
Oh, well, praise the Lord, that's another year over, 2010 gone. Welcome 2011. Prana was fantastic. This beach party, I'm too old. It might be fun if you're 16. It's horrible.
So that is Barrier and Coromandel, which to me is just one place, one peninsula with a narrow bit of water dividing the two places. And I think it is fantastic that there is a place so close to Auckland that seems unspoilt and free of malls, motorways, dairy farms and fast food outlets.